one major thing that people should do or really consider that I think adds a lot of value is lighting.
Mhm.
What do you think about lighting and a space being lit up well, and your advice on, choosing those items or what
Mhm.
you should do as far as lighting is
Do you
concerned?
mean like light fixtures?
Fixtures, yeah.
Oh my gosh. I think I've learned, we've been doing this now going on 11 years. And
Mhm.
I would say in the last 5 years, that reality hits home more and more. So, for example, we had a property not too long ago in Lexington Estates, and the home we had that kind of butterscotch, quote, neutral again, but not so good. And the buyers there moved, expected it to sell quickly. They left their curtains thinking people would want the curtains, but again, they were taste specific, and the light fixtures were dated. So we had scheduled to go out and stage, which I was excited about. And they said, in the meantime, we will paint the walls a lighter color, and we'll change the light fixtures. So we scheduled a second appointment. I went and picked the light fixtures. They removed the curtains, and it sold before we could stage it.
I'm gonna tell you, like,
It's
that's
like jewelry on a pretty woman.
I
Light
mean,
fixtures are everything. They
I would
date
agree.
a house.
And
Light
and
fixtures.
they're the most value and bang for the buck.
Right.
There's just no
Right.
doubt about it. If you've been doing this long enough, I'm
Yeah.
telling you, it transforms a space,
Yep.
especially if the walls match, right?
Right.
Because in the photograph, it's just going to make it pop and it's going
Right.
to make it light up. And the light is extremely important. That's why we've got this big old
Yeah.
light up here,
Right. Right.
right? I mean, lighting is key for
It's
photographs and
everything.
for everything, and
Right.
especially when you're walking into houses in this dark time of year too, right? So you
Oh,
have,
yeah, that's true.
like,
Yeah.
I mean, when you flip on switches, I know some houses I've walked in that are a little dated. They don't have quite as much pop in the lighting and
Right.
the space. When you flip on the switch, it
Right.
doesn't light it up well,
Right.
and so that can even be key.
But it lightens up walls where they say I'm not painting, and it
No,
makes
it
them
can
seem.
be, right?
So the actual fixture itself will date a house, and the light will date the house. So I think that's huge. And I always ask them if they'll please consider removing all the curtains, even
Right.
if they're beautiful, and let natural light in. And then we'll talk about the light bulbs to use in their existing light fixtures. So a clean, bright light, no gold, no
Right.
amber.
Right.
It works against them. So that's a really good point.
It is. I mean, I just think, with that, is extremely important because those things just, it makes it look updated, right?
Yes,
If
it
you
does.
pick the right fixture. Now that's a
Yeah.
whole nother thing. It's like you've
Yeah.
got to do the right, you can't just go spend $200, $300. You need to
Right.
pick the right fixture that's
Right.
$200, $300.
Right.
But
Yes.
that's only a couple $100 to transform one room. And I'm telling you, if you do that in the foyer and you do that in the dining room and the living
Right.
room, the three entrances, now you got their attention as soon
Oh,
as they walked in the door, and maybe you have it enough to close the deal already.
somebody asked me, Andy, if I had to pick light fixtures or paint, what would I pick? And I went, man,
That's a good.
really want you to do both, but
I really
but I think I'd pick the light fixtures.
it just depends on the wall color, though, right?
Well, yeah, I mean,
I mean, if the wall color is really bad, you
if it's really bad, I'll say it's my job to be honest with you, and
Yeah,
and, and I
that's the
and I
hard part.
and I believe, and I'll tell them, and I'll say that the wall color that you have chosen here is a color that you love, but it is unfortunately contrary to what the majority says.